For those not familiar with the RZR 570, Polaris took the RZR 800, added in some technology from the XP 900, combined it with an all-new purpose-built ProStar engine, and the 570 was born. The performance-focused, fuel-injected 567cc ProStar engine was purpose-built for the RZR. It shares the same 4-valve double overhead cam design as the XP ProStar 900 engine, but with one less cylinder. The transmission is also very similar to the one found in the XP 900, but optimized to work with the 570's engine. The transmission features high and low ranges, plus neutral reverse and park. Suspension travel numbers are identical on the 570 and 800. Preload adjustable sack shocks control 9 inches of travel up front and 9.5 out back. Dual A-arms reside at both ends, although the 570's rear geometry was revised somewhat from the 800's. Safety is provided by a rope-certified roll cage, door nets, and 3-point seat belts with anti-cinch shoulder straps. A grab bar adds comfort and safety for the passenger. Tilt steering and adjustable driver's seat also enhance comfort. Polaris gives you more than just painted plastic and flashy wheels for the EPS LE's additional $2,000 asking price. Heading up the impressive list of additional improvements is electric power steering. Engine braking with Polaris's active descent control is a great feature for long descents, and VersaTrack Turf Mode unlocks the rear differential, preventing damage to sensitive areas while turning tightly. Additional storage is provided by a dry storage box and by a passenger side-mounted glove box. Standard Ankara tires were swapped out for 25-inch Maxxis meats, mounted on black Crusher aluminum wheels. Cosmetic upgrades include the gloss black painted dash and hood, color-matched painted front and rear suspension springs, a custom graphics package, and cut-and-sewn seat covers. We recently had the opportunity to put the RZR 570 EPS trail through a brief test in Great Falls, Montana at the Bull Run Ranch and Private Ride Club. Trails range from wide open to tight and twisty with lots of elevation changes. Polaris claims that the RZR 570 accelerates from 0 to 35 miles per hour in 4 seconds. That's just 0.2 of a second slower than the RZR 800. We have to admit, we were surprised how well the 570 gets moving and accelerates from low to mid speeds. It's fast enough to cruise fire roads. We managed to get ours up over 55 miles per hour in spite of rain-soaked conditions. The RZR 570 was built for the woods though, and that's where it shines, accelerating from corner to corner and up some pretty impressive inclines. We switched between 2- and 4-wheel drive throughout our testing, taking advantage of the all-wheel drive when necessary. Since the ranch didn't want their pastures damaged, we felt this was the perfect opportunity to turn on the VersaTrack Turf Mode and cut some low-speed donuts. Fortunately, no one will ever know unless they watch this video, as Turf Mode left the ground unscathed. For its 50-inch width, the 570 feels planted around turns and on side hills, thanks in part to its low center of gravity and anti-sway bars mounted at both ends. Steering is light and responsive, without any jarring feedback thanks to the power steering. Suspension action on the 570 is sports car-like. Its initial movement is firm but not harsh, allowing it to traverse rocky creek crossings and gnarly routes in comfort. The shocks firm up well enough in the travel to resist bottoming on larger bumps and G-outs. Overall, we felt its performance was right on for the trail. Ground clearance was one area where we had issue with the 570. Polaris claims the machine has 10 inches of clearance, but with driver and passenger on a slightly worn trail with softball-sized rocks sticking out of the center, you'll feel some nasty impacts with the chassis. The 800 models received dual-rate springs for 2013 to keep them riding higher in the travel when loaded down. Perhaps a similar update is in order for the 570. With more time, we would have added preload to the shocks to see if it would have raised the ride height a bit. The 570's braking performance is outstanding. They are powerful enough to lock up all 4 corners, but offer enough feeling that you can easily maintain traction under braking, even in the slop. Although base model purchasers won't experience the benefit of the very effective engine braking system, they will still get awesome brakes. With the industry's lowest retail price at $9,999 for the base model, the 570 opens the doors for more enthusiasts interested in getting into side-by-sides. The 570's performance is strong enough to get them hooked. EPS, Turf Mode, engine braking, plus the other add-ons really add to the form and function of the 570 Trail LE. Polaris always seems to exceed our expectations with each new model, The 570 and 570 EPS LE are no different. At $10,999, the 570 LE is $500 more than the base model 800 though, which may give power-hungry people something to think about. For more information on the 2013 Polaris RZR 570 and 570 EPS Trail LE, log on to Polaris.com.